Hello folks, and welcome to Mr. Herbert's Science class. Today we're going to talk about what support equipment that you might need if you're going to fly model airplanes, and that is the nitro versions or the electric versions. Now I've flown electric quite a bit and I have quite a bit of experience at it, but there's a lot of support equipment that you might need, and I'm going to show you that. Also, I fly plenty of nitro, and if you've been watching my channel, you've seen me fly these things in helicopters and stuff lately. But if you fly nitro, you're also going to need some sport equipment. So let's take a look at that, and that might give you a decision whether you want to fly nitro airplanes or electric airplanes or helicopters. So let's take a look. Here we go. All right, since nitro engines and airplanes came first before electrics, we're going to talk about that first. So let's take a look at some of the stuff you're going to need if you're going to fly nitro.
Having started out on nitro engines over 68 years ago, I'm 77 now, I know what's needed to be able to fly those combustion engines. When electric came along, I jumped into that as well, and I'm going to show you what's needed to fly electric also. I'm not talking about vapors or tiny helicopters, but more serious stuff that you need to know how to operate and especially maintain. And this is not counting building and repairing supplies, but what you need to actually fly with a plane or a heli that's all ready to fly. Here's some examples of some nitro engines before I show you what you need to use. This is a Byrer drive. This is my OS Wankel rotary powered engine. And this is a Cox 049 Baby B. Two nitro shuttles. Well, first of all, you're going to need a box to carry everything. I use a cooler. It contains mostly the stuff for flying electric, but it does make a great chair, workbench, and a place to put a cold drink. Well, next you're going to need a flight box. This contains all the equipment to carry out to the field to let you start your engine. I built this one from a kit. Next you're going to need a power panel. This is used to control an electric fuel pump, charge your portable glow driver, run the starter, or use its own glow driver. Then you're going to need a 12-volt battery to put inside to run the power panel. Essential tools, screwdrivers, pliers, dikes, glue, doodads, and tape all can be kept in the drawer. Well, you're going to need extra glow plugs, you're going to need extra parts and screws because stuff happens when you're flying nitro, believe me. A portable glow driver like this is essential for engines that are accessible. I made my own glow driver like this one to clip on glow plugs that the store-bought one cannot reach. Next you're going to need a good starter. I have one for helicopters and one for airplanes and props. Next you're going to need fuel. I use 15% Torco racing fuel. It's my favorite mixture as it works on all my engines just fine. Costs $64 a gallon, including shipping. You're also going to need a good cleaner and a rag to clean the fuel off your airplane.
And now let's take a look at the equipment that you're probably going to need if you fly electric. Here we go.
So electric planes need a motor, a speed control, and batteries, in addition to the radio. Unlike nitro planes, which can all run on the same fuel, it seems all the electric planes that I have need different sized batteries. I wish there's also a standard connector on them too, but those are all different as well. So finding the right battery for me has become an issue. So I've been writing dates on the models and on the batteries to make sure I have the right one for the right plane or heli. Well, here are some of the batteries I have for my models. I keep them stored in heavy metal toolboxes to keep them safe. For price comparison, the 5200 milliamp 22 volt batteries that I use in my big electrics cost more than a gallon of fuel, all around $80 each. Smaller batteries run around 25 and everything in between. And of course there's more expensive ones too. So besides all the batteries, you're going to need a charger. I use these Tenergy smart chargers for most, but I also have chargers for my tiny planes and helis like this. I charge all my batteries inside metal like my charging grill. I also charge inside one of my metal toolboxes. I know they can contain any fire safely, as I've tested blowing up a bunch of batteries for a video a few years ago to see what would happen. Time is also a factor, as each battery usually takes at least an hour to charge after a flight and must be allowed to cool down before charging. Okay, well, there are advantages to each. For example, I can fly all my Nitro aircraft and helicopters on the same fuel, where with electric I need a separate battery for each. Also, there is no wait time for flying Nitro. Just fill it up and go again. Plus, the run times are longer and totally consistent. On the other hand, if you only have a couple of batteries, you can fly to only twice. Then you got to wait an hour for each battery to charge in order to fly again. And at the field, you need a special charger that will run off your car battery to use that to boot. Electrics are definitely cleaner to run, as Nitro can be messy to clean off your aircraft after flying all day, so you got to deal with that. Also with electrics, you don't need to know how to run them like Nitro engines. So simply pushing the throttle stick forward makes them start, and there you go. They're also quieter for sure. But also LiPo batteries can explode in a heavy crash, and that can ruin your plane and your day. So I hope this little insight of what I have to enjoy the hobby may help you decide how to proceed with RC. I fly both types, electric and Nitro. First I started with Nitro and then electric, so hence I have the equipment for both. So please subscribe and like the video if you do, and if you don't, just hit the like button twice. This is Dave Herbert, the Night Flyer, saying good day, fly safe, and we'll see you at the next episode.